Hey, Tom here. How's it going? Hope you're well. In this video, I'm going to walk you through a strategy that we've used for ourselves and our clients over the past few years to book in thousands and thousands of calls and generate millions in pipeline value and closed deals for, again, ourselves and our clients. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through step by step what you need in order to execute on it, how it works, and the best steps for it. Okay, so let's dive in. Okay, so as I mentioned in the intro, we're going to show you how to book 43 calls per month in this video. Now, anyone can send cold emails, and the strategy that I'm about to walk you through works for any B2B business. Whether you're looking to send your first cold email or even sharpen your tools and you've been sending cold email for years, this video will show you exactly how to do it. Okay, and after you've learned the strategy from this video, you will never have to worry about leads again in your business if you execute it exactly how I say you execute it. Okay, if you follow the strategy but then don't execute it and implement it properly, then you will not get the same results. Okay, so it's super important that you follow along, take notes, and really pay attention to this video so that you can execute the strategy properly and therefore reap the benefits. Okay. This strategy that I'm about to walk you through works for me and 20 plus clients in the past year. Okay, this is the strategy that we use for all of our clients. It will work in any niche or industry, B2B. Okay, and if it doesn't work, as I mentioned, it's because you have not executed it properly. So, what we're going to cover, the first thing that we're going to look at is your offer. Okay, so your offer is the most important part of this entire strategy. Everything comes from your offer. If it is bad, then you will not see any success, even if you execute everything right. It is the most high leverage thing that you can pull in your entire business, building an unbeatable offer in the market. Okay. So, again, if your offer is bad, you won't see success, even if you implement everything right that I say. Okay. And if it is good, then the system and the strategy that I'm about to give you will give you the vehicle in order to get your offer out to market, and you will be almost overwhelmed with positive responses. Okay, you'll see so much success. This is why our entire strategy leverages on your offer. Now, I know there's a few of you guys sitting there saying cold email doesn't work for me or my business. Okay, and this is one of the biggest objections I see time and time again. Cold email won't work for me. This is a limiting belief caused by poor execution. Okay, doesn't exist. Okay, if you execute on this strategy poorly, then you will probably have this limiting belief. Okay, but it is just a limiting belief and it can be solved for. Okay, we have seen cold email work for YouTube strategists, laser manufacturing. Okay, so selling ginormous lasers to other companies. Okay, corporate interior design across Asia and the Middle East, asbestos removal services over here in the UK. Okay, so this limiting belief that you hold ends with this video and the strategy that I'm about to teach you. So, how do we actually break the strategy down? Okay, cold email can be broken down into sort of two core components: direct and indirect. So, direct is anything that directly has to do with the vehicle of cold email. And these are things like offer, infrastructure, leads, copy, and inbox management. And indirect is anything to do outside of cold email. So, it doesn't directly affect the vehicle of cold email. This is things like trust and social proof. So, we're going to break these down one by one. I'm going to walk you through the best way to implement and execute on these. So we're going to start with direct. So as we mentioned, the first thing that you want to focus on is your offer. And your offer is the desired outcome of your service, not your service. And let me repeat that. Your offer is the desired outcome of your service, not your service. So if your service generates more leads for a business, okay, then your offer is not cold email. Your offer is more leads for a business. Okay, this could be more revenue, more profit, reduced expenses, reduced time wasting, something along these lines. These are all outcomes that businesses offer. Okay, and this is where your offer comes from. Now, if you want a sort of breakdown of what an offer looks like, well, we've broken it down into these core components: specific problem, unique mechanism, pricing and terms, and risk reversal. Okay, so the specific problem that you're solving is a pain point for that business. Okay, so this could be anything from not getting enough leads to not making enough revenue to not making enough profit. Okay, now the specific problem needs to be potent enough to grab attention. So this needs to be a problem that people are struggling with so much that they would happily pay any amount of money to get it solved. So the better your specific problem, then everything else becomes easier in the sort of components of the offer. Okay, that's why I've ranked this as number one. So specific problem is super, super important. You need to find one that works really well. Okay, so unique mechanism is what justifies the pricing in terms to solve the specific problem. So unique mechanism is the thing that solves the specific problem. So your unique mechanism needs to be convincing enough that a prospect who has a specific problem, okay, can be confident that your unique mechanism can solve that specific problem, okay, and that they're happy to pay the pricing and terms for the unique mechanism to solve the specific problem, okay. So the more painful your specific problem, okay, the better your unique mechanism, the more you can charge pricing and terms wise, and the less you need to focus or sort of rely on your risk reversal. Okay, so super, super important, these two core components. Your unique mechanism also separates you from the sort of everyone else in the market as well. Okay, builds your moat. Okay, so if you're in a highly competitive industry or niche, let's say e-com, email marketing, or cold email agencies, okay, then having a better unique mechanism separates you from the market and allows prospects to see you for you instead of seeing you as a commodity, okay? And this allows you to ignore industry pricing, which only goes down and down and down the more people that come into it, okay, and charge whatever the hell you want, okay? Because the prospect does not see you as a commodity in the market. So pricing and terms, as I mentioned, your pricing and terms is justified by the unique mechanism, which is justified by the specific problem. Okay. You can also help to reduce friction by adding a risk reversal, which we do recommend. Having a risk reversal in place helps to reduce any friction to the pricing and terms. Okay. But if your specific problem and unique mechanism are good enough, then you don't need to worry about that. Okay. So what I would do is break down your offer into a specific problem, unique mechanism, pricing and terms, and risk reversal, and use this hierarchy to build it out. Okay. So instead of offering a service like e-com email marketing, build out an offer. Okay. And this is what your entire strategy is going to be leveraged on. Okay. Next up, infrastructure. Okay, so infrastructure is the physical vehicle, well, not physical, the digital vehicle that you use in order to send cold emails. Okay, and there's a few different ways that you can set this up. So you can set it up yourself, and I'm breaking this down in a pretty simple way, but it is quite simple to do. Okay, there's lots of YouTube tutorials about the specifics of it, but I'm going to give you the step-by-step of what you need to do. Okay, the first thing that you want to do is buy 10 to 15 domains from GoDaddy or Porkbun. Okay, once you've bought those domains, you want to make sure that you add the correct DNS settings and records to those domains. Okay, and these are SPF, DMARC, and DKIM. If you're struggling to do this, Google either GoDaddy or Porkbun DNS settings setup. Okay, and there will be plenty of YouTube videos of dudes who have walked you through how to do this. Okay, there will also be documentation on the website. It's very, very simple to do. Okay, next up, once you have the domains and you have them correctly set up with the DNS records, you want to set up a named email account for each domain using Google or Outlook. Okay, so a named email account means that it has a person's name, whether it's your name, an employee's name, or a made up name. Okay, you do not want to be using stuff like info at or sales or marketing at. Okay, you want there to be a person behind your cold emails because this helps people to empathize with them more. Okay, once you have done that, you want to add all of your email accounts to either Instantly or SmartLead, and then you want to warm up for 2 weeks before launching a campaign. Okay, so you buy your domains, the correct DNS records, set an email account for each of those domains, add them to Instantly or SmartLead, and then warm them up for 2 weeks before launching a campaign. Okay, there is also a lot of automatic setups now on the market, automatic setup tools on the market. Okay, so Instantly has their own one as well, very easy to do. You just follow the done for you email setup. You click on Gmail because they haven't released an Outlook at the time of publishing this video, but I'm sure they will in the near future. Follow the steps. It's very, very intuitive, very easy to do, and you can set them up directly through Instantly. And this means that you don't need to do things like adding SPF, building named accounts, warming them up. You know, this is all done and handled by Instantly for you. Okay, so it makes the process very, very smooth. Okay, you could also use MailScale that also offer automatic setups as well. Then you want to add these accounts to Instantly or SmartLead and warm for 2 weeks. Now, if you're using Instantly automatic setup, you can only use it within Instantly. So if you're a SmartLead user, then this is not really relevant to you. At the time of recording this video, SmartLead have not set up their own done for you email setup service yet. Okay. Now, we highly recommend diversifying your email accounts. So you absolutely want to set up some yourself across Google and Outlook. We recommend this being the bulk of your email accounts. Okay, so this the bulk of your sending infrastructure are accounts that you've set up yourself. Okay, you want to set up some using Instantly, some set up using Mailscale and other tools on the market as well. There are plenty of tools like Mailscale and Instantly on the market now that you can utilize. Okay, so diversification gives you a fail safe in case one of these services goes down. Cold email is an absolute mission critical service for your business. Okay, it's mission critical. If it goes down, then your pipeline starts floundering, your deals don't start coming through, your revenue drops, your costs increase. So you absolutely need cold email filling up your pipeline and filling up your calendar. So if Instantly goes down, which it can do, then you've got your Google and Outlook accounts directly set up. If Mailscale goes down, which it can do, and again, you've got your contingencies there as well. And also spreading it across Google and Outlook, because you do have times when Google is more strict on cold emails and Outlook is more strict on cold emails. So having that diversification gives you a contingency plan in case things go wrong, okay? Which sometimes they do. Next up, leads. Okay, so there are sort of 3 or 4 main places you can get leads. LinkedIn Sales Navigator, pretty much the same as Apollo. Apollo has, I believe, more detailed filters, but I personally just prefer using LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Very simple to do. You get a Sales Navigator account. You'll also need a Find Email account. This is Find Email, this tool right here. And I'm going to walk you through why you need a Find Email account in a moment. Okay. You want to search for your ideal client profile. So you want to build a list of leads that match your ideal client profile. And then you want to scrape those leads using Find Email. So one of the cool things that Find Email does is it can integrate directly into Apollo or Sales Navigator. Okay, very, very simple steps to follow. It's a Chrome extension. And then what you can do is scrape directly from LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So you can pull emails directly from it. So this really speeds up your process and allows you to just get to market really, really quickly. Okay, Clay, which is more expensive. This is another option you could do. So you could get a Clay account. Okay, so this is more advanced if you're, if you've been in the market for a while, if you know how to send cold emails, then really look into Clay because this is quite a powerful tool. The next thing I would recommend doing is to sign up to our newsletter to get access to the advanced list building guides. I could sit here for hours and hours on this video talking to you about how to set up and build really, really in-depth lists of leads using Clay, but I won't bore you because this is an overview video. Okay, so from here, once you've done that, you can build targeted lists and then you can enrich those leads, those companies directly using Clay credits, which is quite expensive, or connected tools through API keys, okay, like Find Email. So you can connect your API key on Find Email to Clay and you can enrich leads directly through that. Okay, now if you're targeting e-commerce businesses, which I imagine a lot of you are because there's a lot of e-commerce agencies out there, then you want to use a source like BrandAv or Store Leads. Okay, and this is to allow you to build lists of companies. So you get the domains of the companies. Once you have the domains of the companies, head over to Find Email, and then you want to use the bulk from domains, and then you want to drag your CSV in here, and then simply you can choose the target role you want to target, allow, connect, map everything correctly, and then you want to start your task. Okay, this will allow you to find direct emails of decision makers in those companies. Next up is personalization. So a lot of people spend a lot of time talking about personalization, but in my opinion, the key personalization is first name, company name, and website. You don't really need anything else but that, okay? Because your offer should be doing all the talking. So remember, the better your offer is, the less personalization you need. A lot of people are spending a lot of time focusing on Clay, which is awesome. Clay is a great tool. I love Clay as well. But if your offer sucks, then you can do all the personalization you want through Clay and you still will not see any success, okay? The order of importance of personalization is really, really low tier. Okay, something that I want to say that's super important that I haven't wrote down here is that once you have built lists of leads and you have email accounts, okay, or email addresses of leads and prospects within that list, you want to verify those leads, okay? So again, you can use a tool like Find Email, super simple to do. You can use the email verifier, drag your emails into this CSV file thing right here, and then it will verify all of your leads. You notice here that this list right here, I've got 2,000 deliverable, and this one is 64 or risky, okay? So you don't really want to send to the risky emails. The more risky emails you send to or invalid emails you send to, the higher your bounce rate will be. the higher your bounce rate is, the more chance that that domain will get burned, locked, destroyed, banned, whatever it is. Okay, you do not want this to happen. So verify all of your leads before launching a campaign. This is super, super essential. Next up is copy, okay? So general rules for copy, okay? Now, I've broken these down into sort of green, which is things that you should do, and red are things that you shouldn't do, okay? So I'm gonna walk you through them. One, you absolutely want to keep emails less than 100 words, okay? Do not be sending over an essay to your prospects. 3 to 4 sentences max. 100 words, I would argue, is even too much, okay? Condense down what you do, okay? Cut out the fluff and make it easy for someone to scan, okay? Now, something you shouldn't do is do not use platitudes. So platitudes are things like, I hope you're doing well. I hope this email finds you well, okay? This is a waste of your very precious 100 words, okay? It is fluff and it takes people out of the direct idea of your email, okay? Your cold emails should be designed as direct response, okay? So the whole point of them is to get a response from the prospect, okay? Asking things like, I hope you're doing well, blah, 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 all that crap, okay? You do not need it. Do not put it in. Absolutely do not use them, okay? They're pointless and people will not respect you for using them, okay? Do not send links, okay? So some people say you can send links. Other people say you do not, okay? Every experiment that we've done where we've tried links in emails has resulted in reduced deliverability, okay? So reduced deliverability means that more emails are not landing in the inbox, which is not a good thing. You want your emails to land in the inbox, okay? Because if they're not landing in the inbox, they're bouncing or they're going to spam, increases the chance of you burning through your domains and just ruining everything that you built, okay? So send all of your emails plain text. Once someone replies positively, then you can send them links, you can send them videos, you can send them docs, you can send them whatever you want. But in the initial email, before they've responded, do not use links, okay? Now on to some things that you should do. Do ask pain point questions, and this goes back to your offer. Do you have a specific problem that is strong enough that is going to encourage a response, okay? If yes, then use pain point questions. Ask them, are you dealing with this specific problem? Okay, do include relevant case studies. Relevant case studies are hyper important. Okay, and this is where list building and segmentation comes into play. Okay, you absolutely want to send over relevant case studies. And what I mean by this is if you're targeting, cat food brands in the USA, okay, then you do not want to send them over a case study of a apparel brand based in India. Okay, this is not a relevant case study. But if you're targeting apparel brands based in India, then sending over a case study with apparel brands that was based in India is going to be hyper relevant to them. Okay, so really segment your lists and your market down into very, very tight components and then use hyper relevant case studies. Okay, do use soft call to actions. Okay, so soft call to actions are not asking for things directly. So things like, do you have 15 minutes on your calendar to speak? That is a hard call to action. Do you have time for a meeting? Shall we have a meeting? Book a call with my calendar link or something like that, okay? These are hard call to actions that you do not want to use. A soft call to action is something like, can I share more info? Can I send over this file? Do you want to see this document or this guide or this audit? Okay. Basically, you want to give them an opportunity to say yes or no so they don't have to think. Okay. They don't have to go and look at their calendar. Okay. They just want to be able to reply yes or no. Super simple. Use soft call to actions. Now, I already mentioned this in the first one, but I want to put it again because it's super important. Cut out all the fluff. Be brutal with the words that you write within your cold emails. If it is not needed, cut it out. Okay. If you're explaining it in too much detail, break it down into more simplified terms. Okay, you want your cold emails to be simplified. Okay, and do use lots and lots of spin tags. So spin tags is the spinning of the syntax. Okay, syntax are how words form a sentence. Okay, so utilizing spin tags allows you to send a core message as an email, but with lots of different words in it every time an email is sent. And what that allows you to do is send the same message over and over again with different words, so that you're not sending a script that an email service provider can flag as spam, especially if you're sending high volume. Absolutely essential to use spin tags. Okay. Some key things that you should remember, okay? Your email is taking up space and time in someone else's life. You are being selfish by sending a cold email. They do not care about you. They do not care about your business or what you have achieved, okay? How many marketing awards you've paid for, okay? They care about what you can do for them and how quickly you can do it without impacting their lives or their financial lives, okay? So their time or their finances, okay? They are completely selfish in their response to your cold email. And this is all you need to worry about and all you need to think about, okay? They are being selfish and you should not be selfish when sending cold emails. You should allow them to be selfish in order for you to sell your services to them, okay? The more that you allow them to be selfish at the beginning, the more chance you get them on a call, and you can put them through your funnel, and therefore you can be selfish and sell your services, okay? The more you front load your selfishness in your emails, so talking about yourself, your achievements, blah, 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 your company, the less chance that you get to be selfish further down the funnel. Okay. Now, the more potent your offer is, and we talked about this a lot, okay, the less you need to say. Okay. You do not need to send over lots and lots of fluff. Just state what your offer is and ask them if they are interested in it. That's all you need to do. If you are selling an offer that people want, then just say, this is my offer. Do you want it? Okay. Something that's super important here is to run all of your copy through MailMeteor Spam Checker before sending. So I'll just walk you through that. So what this is, it allows you to copy and paste your emails directly into this little input box here. And what it does is it flags any words that could be potential spam words. Okay, so there are thousands and thousands of spam words. I'll see if they've got a list of them down here. I don't think they do, but there's a lot of spam words, okay? And manually remembering them is not a task that anybody should have to do, okay? So this tool does it for you. You just copy and paste your script into the spam checker, okay, and then it flags up the words, and then you remove them or replace them, okay, until this goes green and it says great, okay. It also shows you how many words, which is good as well, because you know that you've kept it under 100 words, and a read time. You want the read time to be a few seconds, you want the words to be less than 100, and you want the overall score to be great. Once you've got that, you can then launch your campaign, okay. This is going to help you not get flagged as spam by the email service providers. Okay, so you can also join the email list below. And as I mentioned, we're going to send the 10 free B2B trainings, including that full deliverability checklist that you can use, the copy deliverability, technical deliverability. You can just follow it through one by one and make sure that you've got everything in place. It's really, really powerful. Inbox management. Okay, so you can do three things with inbox management. You can either hire someone as a dedicated role, so an inbox manager. Okay, you can delegate it to an employee. You can spend time focus on it, or you can do it yourself. And this is quite time intensive. Okay, so I've ranked these in order of what you probably should do. We recommend getting an inbox manager as a dedicated role. And okay, and the reason for this is that there are rules with inbox management. Okay, so the rules are: one, reply within 15 minutes of receiving a reply. And this is why we recommend getting a dedicated role, because it's likely as a founder or sales leader, you're in meetings, or you're traveling somewhere, or you're meeting a client, or you're training your team up or something like that. Okay, you don't have time to be replying to every single email that comes into your inbox within 15 minutes. Hire someone dedicated to do it. Okay, but it's super important. You have to reply within 15 minutes, because anything above 15 minutes massively reduces your chance of booking a call. You want to strike while the iron is hot and while your offer is in the mind of your prospect before they get distracted with lunch or gossip or whatever it is, or their date night, or they're going to the game this weekend or something like that. Get them on a call and reply to them before they have lost interest in what you have to offer. Okay, super important 15-minute window. 2, push for a call straight away. Okay, again, very, very important. Do not waste time. Okay, once you've got a positive response from someone, send over the value that you promised, give them some more information, and then push for a call. And number 3 and 4 is how you push for a call. So you want to offer times in the local time zone, and this reduces friction. So if you're like me, based in the UK, and I'm reaching out to someone on the East Coast of America, then I offer them times in EST. Okay, so that they can instantly think, yes, I am free. Okay, if someone offered me 4 p.m. EST as a time zone, then I'm instantly sitting there thinking, I don't know, am I free? Am I not? I don't know where I am, because I'm based in my time zone. Okay, and that's how I build everything around it. Okay, so offer times in the local time zone. Very simple to do. Just copy their email, search it on Google. They'll probably have a LinkedIn account attached to it, and that'll tell you where they're based. Okay, and then you can then offer them times in that local time zone. Okay, you also want to, once you have offered them 2 or 3 times across 2 or 3 different dates manually using their local time zone, you also want to offer your calendar, and this helps to reduce friction. So some people just want to book directly in the calendar. They don't want to say, yeah, I'm free, yeah, I'm not. They just want to click on a link, and then the calendar will show them when they're free or not, and they can book a call directly in your calendar. The goal here is reduce friction as much as possible so that you can get that call booked on the calendar. Okay, now, number 5. You want to follow up like a maniac until you get an answer, positive or negative. Okay, super, super important. So once someone has sent you a positive response, follow up with them consistently until you get an answer from them. Okay, until they say, yes, let's jump on a meeting, or go and jump off a cliff. Sometimes you get that. Sometimes it's taken us 20 to 40 emails to get someone booked on a call, but consistency always pays off. Okay. So have a proper system in place. And again, this is why it's important to have an inbox manager in place so that you can build proper systems around it. Now, number 6 is to send over valuable assets. So once you've got a positive response, send over decks, docs, guides, audits, anything to build up your social proof and increase the trust of you with a person. Okay, FaceTime is super important. If you can send over videos to them, whatever it may be, YouTube videos, audits, whatever, Loom videos, send it over to them and then offer times. Okay, very, very important. Now, let's look at some indirect things that you can do to really succeed with this strategy. So, trust. We want to touch on trust really quickly. In 2024, trust is at an absolute all-time low. And the reason for this is that the low barriers to entries, cowboy agencies, bad actors, scammers, and everyone else has ran through all of the market and now this has caused gaining trust to be a mammoth effort. Okay, so all of these people with the low barriers to entry, cowboys, bad actors, scammers, have given people a bad experience. So now gaining trust is really, really difficult. But the key here is that it's still 100% essential. Okay, so it might be more difficult than ever to gain trust, but it is still super, super essential. So I'm going to give you some tips and some tools that you can implement in order to increase trust. So how do you do it? Okay, the first thing that you should do is social proof. And this encompasses a lot of different things that I've broken it down into 3 core things that you should focus on. Okay, 1, you should have lots of case studies on your landing page, written case studies and video testimonials. If someone lands on your landing page or website, you want to make sure that your competency is undeniable so that they leave your landing page or website thinking this person can 100% deliver on the offer that they're guaranteeing me. Okay, so if you have an offer on your landing page, you want to make sure that there's lots and lots of video testimonials showing that what you're offering has been achieved for other people, and they're saying it with their own words. Okay, so video testimonials, super, super powerful. Alongside this as well, number 2, have a presence on social media. Do not be a ghost. Okay, so social media, the 3 core ones you should focus on are Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, LinkedIn and YouTube. And then you want to post regularly. Okay, so on X, you want to post 3 or 5 times a day. LinkedIn, you want to post 1 time a day. YouTube, you can post 1 or 2 times per week. So the larger your audience, the more you will show up on Google when your name is searched. Having a large audience also increases your clout, which I know is a bit cringe, okay? Building up your followers or whatever. But it is super important, okay? If you go on LinkedIn, there's guys with hundreds of thousands of followers, okay? And they just have trust by having that amount of followers, okay? If lots of people follow you, then you are much more likely to give off an air of authority and trust, okay? This is just basic social dynamics, okay? It's super, super important. So if you have, 3,000 followers on LinkedIn, 2,000 subscribers on YouTube, and 10,000 followers on Twitter, then people can see that you're posting regularly about the topic and the offer that you provide to the market, then people are much more likely to trust you. Okay. You also, number 3, can collaborate with other creators in your industry. So if you know that there are other people out there, then do webinars with them, do collabs with them, post with them, whatever it is. Okay. You want to cross-pollinate all the way across your industry so that people know who you are and what you do and how you do it. Okay. Create lots of free value and give it away. Okay. Create docs, create guides, create audits, create videos. Give it away and allow people to watch what you do and build trust. Okay, this is the reason that I post on YouTube. This is the reason that I've created this video today, so that you have more trust in me. Okay, that I can prove my competency, that I know what I'm talking about, and then I'm able to deliver on the offer that I'm offering to you guys. Okay, that I offer to the market. So you can, if you see my offer, you can come and watch this video, and then you can feel confident that I know what I'm doing. Okay, so the key is do not be a ghost. No one likes a trust ghost because they're spooky. Okay, so if someone searches you up on Google, okay, you want to appear with your LinkedIn, your Twitter, your YouTube, a blog, news articles, whatever it may be. This is why people pay for PR, because it's super important. Okay, if they Google you and no one shows up, then they're a lot less likely to trust you. Okay, and also another way that you can increase trust is guarantees. So the reason guarantees are important in 2024 is that people are not as cash rich as they were during the pandemic. And they were more cash rich during the pandemic due to cash printing, due to handouts, bailouts, whatever. Money just seemed to flow a lot during the pandemic. I'm not an economist, so I can't tell you exactly why that is. Go and Google it if you want to, or read a book, okay? But it is a fact that cash is now not as abundant as it was during the pandemic, okay? 5K offers, so offers that cost 5K, now require longer sales cycles and more decision makers than they did in 2020. In 2020, people would buy things on a whim. Now you have to have multiple decision makers and 2 or 3 week cycles in order to close a 5K deal. Okay, unless someone's desperate for it. So take this in mind when you're pricing your services. Adding a risk reversal guarantee to your offer reduces buyer's remorse and increases trust. Okay, so if you want to reduce sales cycles and reduce the amount of decision makers that are needed to make a decision to buy your service, then add a risk reversal so that they can see that and they think, okay, my money is protected. Okay, and this is key. They want to feel like their money is protected and they're going to get a significant ROI from what you offer. If you are selling high ticket, you need a guarantee, even if it's just a satisfaction guarantee. Okay, it doesn't have to be some ridiculous, I'll pay you 15 grand if I don't achieve my service. It can just be a satisfaction guarantee. If you're not happy with your service, then I'll refund you. Okay, or you can make it specifically tied to an ROI that you're promising. Okay, there's lots of different ways that you can build that guarantees. Okay, but it's absolutely essential that you have one. So, what should you do now? Well, I highly recommend that you go to the first link in the bio, join our newsletters, and get the 10 free B2B trainings, including all the ones that we discussed in this call. They're free. It's full of value. I email that list regularly and I give all of my insights into what's happening with myself, with my clients, what's happening with the market, and what's going on. Okay, so if you are interested in cold email and outbound at all, okay, which you should be if you're in a B2B business, then this is a really valuable newsletter for you to be on. Okay, you could also, if you wanted to, you could join our elite outbound prospecting program, and this gives you access to 50 plus video modules and over 9 hours of content walking you through step by step how to set up outbound systems that actually produce real results in 2024. You also get private access to one-on-one consulting through a dedicated Slack channel. So it's no group calls or a Discord or something like that. We will set you up your own private Slack channel for you and your team. Okay, so you can ask us any questions whenever you want, and you can walk through the program yourself and then ask us questions on how to execute things. Okay, so we're in the trenches every day with our prospects and our clients and producing results. So if you are running your campaigns yourself and you want to build it out as a team yourself, then get access to this. We'll show you how we build it for our clients, and then we'll walk you through handheld through the consultation. Okay, and if you want to find out more about that, then just click the second link in the bio and walk through, and this will explain all the details for you. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.